Good morning, Magicals. Okay, so as promised, I'm doing the spirit guide reading this morning. It's going to be a little different to my other readings, and bear in mind that I've never done this before either, so just bear with me. There are a lot of firsts happening at the moment. What's going to happen is I'm going to quickly go, I say quickly, look, I'm going to make this a shorter reading to start with. I want to kind of see where Spirit takes me and how they want me to do this. I'm not going to lie. So we'll fine tune the thing as we go along, because I think that given, certainly if those of you have watched my Mother Mary video that I put out, we certainly are all taking a little bit of strain at the moment, right? So I do feel like there are going to be a couple more of these messages coming through from Ascended Masters, coming through from Goddesses and things like that. So bear with me while I navigate this. I am going on what I'm being channeled to do. Okay, so this is not like I'm making up my own little vibe here and all of that. On top of which, I've cleared space here and I have shuffled the cards. I've been told to Spirit's heart space, so we are open to the messages. Okay, all done. And what's going to happen in this is that I'm going to channel, I've been told that there are 3 guides that are going to come through, and I am going to channel each guide, find out who they are, and then what their message is. They're not going to be long messages. Like I said, I just want to get an idea of what Spirit is looking for. There will definitely be more readings like this up. What I want to say to you is, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, is that if you guys have not met your guides, this is not this format reading, but if you have not met your guides, right, please, in the description box below, there's going to be a link to my website to the Meet Your Team reading. I offer a reading specifically that takes you through what type of guides you've got, because I do know I'm clear on 2 of the guides that have come through. They've already stepped forward, and one of them is a gatekeeper guide. So I'll explain generally what he's about, but if you don't know what types of guides are in your team or who your guides are, that reading will absolutely 100% facilitate that that information for you. It's a very powerful reading, and all my clients seem to get far more out of it. It brings a lot more to the table than just your guides, okay? Because your guides coming through are also going to tell you about what you are needing to know and how they help you, which then gives you a lot of information around where you're supposed to be going, what you're supposed to be doing, etc., etc. Okay, so we're going to start off. I'm going to go into channeling mode. When I go quiet, please bear with me. I am going to channel. This is not like my other readings, guys, so just bear with me and let's just see where this goes. I'm having she says to me, call it what it is. There's a kind of like forest witch type woman coming forward. She's saying, I am a hag. She is walking with a staff, but she's got an owl on her shoulder, which speaks to wisdom. Okay. She engages with nature in a very particular way. She's not just about taking from nature. She's very much showing me that whatever she needs from nature, she gives back. She's talking to me about balance. She's saying that she's Polish. I don't know why that's going to resonate. Guys, please, just before we continue, I need to make this very clear. Some of these guides may make sense to you and resonate with you. Others won't. Please just take what does resonate for you. Okay, all 3 could resonate, and that's grand. Okay, but don't hold on to that they all need to resonate. Okay, remember I always say to you, not Cinderella, don't make the shoe fit. Okay, so she's coming through very strongly with a connection to wisdom, a connection to nature, and balance. she's talking to me about the importance of using nature in order for us to engage with our magic again. If you haven't seen the rewitching video, I'll leave the link in the description box below as well, so you can have a look at that. But it's there's an energy of going back to our natural spaces in order to survive the chaos. Okay. I'm asking just quickly what messages she wants to bring through, which deck would she, obviously, okay. Of course, it's going to be the Witch Tarot. But I have already shuffled these, so let's just have a look. She's saying to me that her name is Yola, Y-O-L-A, Yola. Okay, so we're going to engage with the energy and we're going to ask her what messages we need, please, for today. Okay, please tell me I have 2 cards. Okay, interesting. So you've got the 9 of Cups, the Temperance card. Let me show these to you so you can see that I'm not telling porkies. The 9 of Cups, the Temperance card, and then, which is about balance. Temperance is about balance and patience. And then the 4 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. Okay. What she's saying to me around this message, it feels like a bit of a twofer message. The first 2 cards are one message and the second card is the other message. But I kind of feel like I want to start with the second cards. She's talking about wisdom again. These cards here are about, okay, so we know the 4 of Cups is about apathy, and it's not, and sometimes missed opportunities in situations. The 2 of Wands is about making the decision to get out of comfort zones, right? What she's saying around these 2 cards is that during this time, we are needing to focus on what we have in front of us, have the wisdom to see what is in front of us that is available to us and then use it. So if we feel like we are constantly lacking something and we are not taking moves, right? Because the 2 of, I always say this on these videos, the 2 of Wands leads to the 3 of Wands, where he's standing on the shore and he's waiting for his ships to come in, right? But he has to get out of this tower that he's standing in. And if he doesn't leave the tower, nothing happens. So this is about understanding that if we are going to constantly want to do something but feel like we are lacking what it is that we need, we're never going to get there. We're just not going to make things happen. And what Yola is saying to me very clearly is that at this point in time, at this stage of the game, you have everything you need to do what you need to do. You need to look at where you are using your mental energy to hold yourself back, right? 2 of Wands, again, choosing to get out of a comfort zone. This is a big time, guys. This eclipse energy is big time for getting out of comfort zones, okay? Have the wisdom to see what is in front of you and to actually know how you can use that to your benefit. Stop waiting for something to come along to make it better, something to come along to fill the gap. She's like, make sure that you are fully engaging with what is around you, okay? Because you're going to have to take action. You're going to have to make decisions that come from a place of wisdom, not from fear or lack. So if we can work with what we've got, it's about being adaptable and flexible as well, because we have to navigate with flexibility and adaptability, because there is a lot, especially in eclipse season, there is a lot of unpredictable energy around us. Okay, then we've got here the Temperance card and the 9 of Wands. Oh, sorry, not the 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment, okay? But look at both of them. They are both in a very calm, centered space. Temperance is exactly about that. It's about doing the meditation. It's about doing the working on self to balance our mind energy, because mental energy at the moment is rife, right? It's a big thing at the moment for all of us. I know we don't have any swords on the table, but it is very much about that at the moment. So what I want to say to you is that have the wisdom to understand that you have got everything you need right in front of you to make the moves that you need to make to grant yourself your wishes. And what I mean by grant yourself your wishes is to make your dreams come into reality. There's a very strong energy around that. She's saying to me, Mara, I don't wait for things to come to me. I actively walk through my forest and I seek it out. And that's the kind of energy that she's giving me at the moment. It's that energy of you have to actively seek what you want and then go after it. Okay? You need to forget about this card here is saying to you, don't worry about the when, right, and the how, what you want arrives to you, but it is having the balance and the patience and the wisdom to do what you can and then surrender the rest, making sure that you know everything is in front of you. You have everything you need. I know a lot of us feel like we don't, but she's saying dig deep and you will find what you're needing. Okay. She's saying her last words to you are, be patient and be kind with yourself. It's about self-love again. It goes back to Mother Mary's energy of self-love. Okay. All right. So, with gratitude, thank you, Yola. Okay, the gatekeeper is stepping forward next. For those of you that don't know what gatekeepers are, they're a very important member of our team. And he's stepping forward. They are our protection when we are doing anything, our energetic protection. So they let things in and out of our energy fields. They allow opportunities into our spaces. I have a gatekeeper called Roman, and he is an incredible guide. I'm very blessed with him, but he manages the energy that is allowed into my space and the energy that's not allowed into my space. So when you are going into meditations and all of that, we call on our gatekeepers to keep us safe and protected. And it's interesting. I did a reading a few months ago, and one of the clients' gatekeepers came through as a Zulu warrior. He's coming through and he's saying, I'm not a Zulu warrior. He said, I'm a Zulu prince. So apologies. But he says, I am protecting my kingdom as you need to protect yours. He's saying that he's showing up to show you that you are not alone during this time. There is a lot of spiritual energy. There is a lot of angelic energy around all of us. He's saying for those of you who work with your spirit teams, which we should all be doing, right? They are there for that specific reason. And I always say in my readings, our spirit teams, our spirit guides are not ascended masters. They still have karma. They still have the death rebirth cycle to play out. And what that means is that when they come into our spaces to be our guides, they do in essence sacrifice a reincarnation in order for us to evolve and to do our growings and our learnings. This is why we have so much respect for them and we work with such integrity when we do work with our guides. And he is coming in and he's saying he wants us to know how protected we all are. You also just need to engage with your guides and engage with your gatekeeper. Also understanding if you don't know your gatekeeper's name, it's not the end of the world. What you need to just do is call on your actual gatekeeper guide. You can just say to your guide, gatekeeper guide, please protect me, protect my energetic field, make sure that nothing untoward comes in, that only stuff that's for my highest good comes in. That kind of energy. So I'm trying to make sure that the candle doesn't go out. Okay. He's giving me the name Joseph. And he's saying, I will lead you to places of safety. So I feel like we've got messages of protection coming through. Which deck would you like, please? What's the Chrysalis deck? Messages from Joseph. one of the things I do always explain to my clients when I'm doing these readings is that names, they give us names that as humans, we need to box everything, we need to label everything so we are comfortable with that. They don't really, it's not really a big thing for them. Spirits recognize each other by frequency, not so much by not so much by names and things like that. Okay, there's an energetic frequency. We are just not open to or as evolved. I say we could be evolved, but you know, we don't work on that frequency thing. Any other messages from Joseph? Makes perfect sense. Okay. So we've got 3 cards here. Guys, we've got the 2 of Wands again. The 2 of spirals is the 2 of Wands. Okay, so we've got it twice in the reading, which means we need to pay attention to our comfort zones and things like that. We've got the 2 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the Devil. Okay. The message I'm getting from Joseph around this energy is very clearly that we are protected. We are protected from stepping. No, okay. Let me rephrase this. Let me give you some. Okay, this Devil card here. Sorry, I know it's a little bit all over the place. Just I'm getting a lot of messages and I'm trying to recalibrate everything. If you have a look at this card here, you can see that the Devil. It's a Venetian masquerade energy, and Belarusha is wearing a mask. Okay, this is about the time now to step out of your comfort zone and show your real self, your authentic self. And he's saying, know that when you make that decision to come out of the tower, remember I spoke to you about that, that whatever, 5 of Wands is the least offensive of the 5s because traditionally it's kids playing with sticks, right? So that to me in this situation is saying that when you are looking at coming out and showing your authentic self, I kind of feel, I'm just going to put this out there gently in the corner, I feel like this is to the men, the people who are meant to be light workers, who are meant to be doing spiritual work, who are meant to be doing things that they feel are against societal norms, that they feel they may be judged for. It may not necessarily just be energy work or light work, but it feels to me this is around work, and it feels to me like this message is for somebody who is really struggling to show their authenticity in their work, okay, and in their life, understanding that when we do this kind of work, our work is a huge part of who we are. It's not just a job. And I feel very strongly that this is saying that you will be protected from whatever it is that you deem to be judging you or to be or scary or harmful to you, what might, stand in your way of getting to where you need to be. Because if you check here, the dragon is shooting fireballs out there. That means that they can't pass through, they can't get to their goal, which is going to be through walking through the cabin, because there are these fireballs. Sorry, I didn't mean to shove that in your face. These fireballs coming down at them. So there's a fear of stepping out of comfort zones because how will I get to, how will this be perceived? How will I be received? And the reality is that is not, he's saying it's not a valid thing. You need to show your authentic self. You need to step out of this now. You are protected. You will be shielded from the fireballs. And also I'm hearing from Joseph very clearly that the fireballs are more a mental thing than a real thing. We tend to create things into bigger problems than they really are. And he's saying, make sure that you are not making your excuses for not stepping into your authentic self and into your power and unmasking your authentic self. Make sure that you're not making those excuses from fear and that kind of energy. Make sure that you are really and truly again, it's kind of going back to this energy of seeing what's there for you to use, seeing your gifts, seeing what you have and using them, that you would be able to defeat whatever it is that comes up in front of you. He's saying it really is a simple message. You are so protected, but you do need to make that choice to come out now. Your authentic self is needed. And again, the guys, this feels very much around this particular message of protection. Feels like it's around somebody who is struggling to come out and step into their workspace and be their authentic self. But please don't just limit that to that. That's just my energy read on it. It could be anything. Okay, so take it how it resonates with you. Okay. Anything else, Joseph? He's giving me this image of like a Zulu army preparing for battle. And he's saying, if only you knew how protected you were. You have legions of warriors on the other side, surrounding you and protecting you at this time. So although it may not always feel like it, they are actually there and you are protected. Please make the right choices. Again, using your wisdom to make your choices, not your fear. Okay. That all. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. Right, I'm just going to speak to the last guide. Let me see who's coming through. I've got a shaman stepping forward, and he's categorically giving me his name first. He's saying Breaking Dawn. His name is Breaking Dawn. He's not by any means an old shaman, probably middle age. He's talking to me about the Apache tribe. So he's a Native American shaman, because understand that you get all kinds of different shamans. You get Celtic shamans, you get all kinds of shamans, right? You get the Russian, Ukrainian kind of shamans. There really are a whole vast array of them. And he's saying that he is an Apache. Breaking Dawn is talking about fighting the good fight, but sorry, just give me a second. I'm trying to channel what he's. I'm getting emotion. I'm getting a feeling. Okay, thank you. He's giving me this energy of focus more on victory than on the possibilities of defeat. This is not a time to self-doubt. It's not a time to plant seeds of defeat and negativity into your space, into your life, into any area. So if you are, for example, needing to be authentic and things like that, you can't be facing those kinds of things in worrying about how it's going to end. Okay. He's saying rest assured, victory is assured, but it's how you process things. He's talking about going back to yourself. In order for you to truly come into your space and into yourself, you've got to go into the dark of yourself. And he's showing me like it's not like violently graphic, but he's showing me this energy of a body cracking open and the light pouring out. And he's saying, it would obviously make sense with his name, New Dawn, the light coming through. As he's saying, as night ends and day arrives, so it's that season for you. The night of your life is ending and there is a new dawn on the horizon. But you have to accept and move into spaces that are going to help you shine your light. Okay. So again, this energy of being authentic. Right? And he's saying, in order for this to happen, you really do need to know yourself. There's an understanding that in order for you to access your gifts and your magic, because that's what he's talking about. He's like, that, go back to your magic. In order for you to access your magic, you need to know yourself, because that's how you access that. Right? That's exactly how you access that. And he's saying it's a very simple message. Go within to come out is his message. So I'm going to just use this deck quickly and see what cards come up for this. the energy around this is a very much a feel of a call to action, a call to start taking responsibility. I have spoken to you guys a lot about this eclipse season, which ends now on. Understand that this Aries Libra axis for this eclipse season has been an 18-month process, right? It's not just this few weeks that we've had from the full moon to the new moon. This is an 18-month period, an axis that is ending on the 29th. That's huge. I've said to you for the longest time, after this, we go into a new book in our series. This is not just a new chapter. This is a new book. It's imperative that we actually really do face ourselves and the stuff that we are needing to change about ourselves, taking inspired action on what we are wanting to achieve in our lives, on our dreams, getting clear on it, not fearing that we're going to be judged for taking a stand and making the decision, right, to follow our dreams. It's really important that at this stage of the game, fear is not a factor in this, because it is just going to hinder us. And we are going to miss a very strong gateway for us to actually really tune in and become the people that we are meant to be. This is the energy he's giving me at the moment. It's time to really shed the old. I feel like there's one more card that needs to come out here. There we go. I do want to just show you the card at the bottom, because I said to you in the beginning, I said there's no swords up here, but this feels like very mental energy. Well, shit you not. We've got 10 of swords, 8 of wands, 8 of cups, so 2 8s, right? Double 8s. The 9 of swords, and the bottom of the deck is the 6 of swords. So I'm going to take this card here. Oh my God. And you've got the 2 of wands underneath again. That is 3 times in the reading, guys. The decisions you make now about yourself, about you, about your authenticity, about stepping into spaces, leaving comfort zones are vitally important. That is 3 times in the reading that is shown. That is huge. Okay, so he's giving you reassurance around here. Once you have, 10 of swords is the ending of a traumatic cycle, right? 10s are always endings to go into new beginnings. So at the end of this eclipse season and the end of this, we're going to be going into a space of ease, greater ease, right? 9 of swords in reverse again. 9 of swords is about anxiety. There won't be anxiety. There will be simply a moving on to a victory, to calmer waters. 6 of swords is traditionally and this is quite ironic, really. The traditional 6 of swords is a woman and a child in a boat leaving choppy waters, and there is a spirit guide behind her, and the guide is actually guiding her out of choppy waters and into calmer waters, right? This is very clearly indicating that if you listen to your guides, if you're working with your guides, if you're tuning into your intuition, at the very beginning of the year, guys, I said to you, this was going to be a big year for our intuition and working with our higher guidance and our inner GPS about rewitching, about going back to our magic, our authenticity. I've said this repeatedly, and Spirit is going, I did not stutter. Okay, you will be leaving. If you can pull this off, if you can walk away from all of this energy, you then end up having fast-moving action with the 8 of cups and the 8 of wands, double 8, right? 8 is about abundance, it's about self, it's about karma, it's about all of those things. It's very much about self, though, 8. This is saying that the work that you put in yourself will create really quick moving action in your space. Things will fall into place. The 8 of wands is a very positive card. Traditionally, it was known as the arrows of Cupid, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So arrows of love, right? I'm telling you right now, the Spirit is saying, put in the work now. Do what you need to do to move out of choppy waters, and you will attain what you want to attain with greater ease and speed than you realize. Okay? But you have to do the work on you. The double 8s here with the work and the victory are about doing the work on you. And he said to you in the beginning of the message, I channeled that he said, you have to go within to break through the dark, to let your light out, to let your light out. So, oh, thank you. Okay, thank you, Breaking Dawn. He's saying it's not going to be an easy path, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Make sure that you are not, if we turn this card around, the Nine of Swords, right, which is anxiety and self-inflicted anxiety, make sure you are not creating the debacles and the obstacles yourself. He's reiterating that message. Do not create the obstacles and the debacles yourself. Okay. He's saying that it's not easy, but it's not impossible. It's how you handle it. Again, remember, seeing what's in front of you and not focusing on what you think you don't have, but also not maybe fabricating things in your head about what could be there and what isn't there. Okay. Guys, I hope that this has helped somebody. Please let me know if you like this reading. I've been asked to do it. I have got a goddess one coming up as well. I really do feel like at the moment there are a lot of people who are feeling like they are not supported and that things are difficult. And I think this is why the spirit world is now stepping up and going, okay, well, just know that you're not alone. We've got you, but this is what you are needing to do in order to facilitate your progress and your movement. So I'm sending you guys lots of love. I'm so grateful for Yola, Joseph, and for Breaking Dawn to step forward. I give great thanks for that, and I'm honored to have been able to channel through the messages from them. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. So I'm sending you so much love, and have a beautiful, beautiful day.